This video is brought to you by Lark. Spring is here and it is time for a new EDC. I have 20 plus items to show you, so let's get down to them. Starting with the AirTag Pack 2, which is this stealthy looking 17 liters backpack by Air as part of their work backpacks line. The backpack is reasonably compact and structurally right, despite boasting plenty of space inside. I hate to see a backpack not being able to sit upright, and as always, Air is on point with the tech pack. It has multiple compartments, and the reason I chose this version is because it fits up to a 16-inch laptop, which is ideal for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. In fact, the laptop compartment is suspended, which secures it in place on top of the already great padding. The YKK AquaGuard zippers protect the gear from the elements alongside the weather-resistant coating. My favorite quick access top pocket with soft lining is again present, and this time I have side handle, which is helpful. A new addition to me is the expandable water bottle pocket, which stays flush even if I decide not to carry a bottle. The toolbox-inspired design helps me keep everything organized and in place with very few items roaming inside. One of the reasons to update my everyday carry was the upgrade to the 16-inch MacBook Pro. My configuration is the M1 Max chip with a 10-core CPU, 32-core GPU, and a 16-core neural engine, alongside 32GB of unified memory and 2TB SSD storage. Ever since I picked this laptop, I've never been more productive and inspired to work on the next project. I love the comeback of the ports because it has reduced the number of items that I carry daily. The 16-inch XDR display is more than enough for all my work needs, and I've said this before, I almost always work exclusively on the laptop alone without docking it to an external monitor because it's that great of display. With the latest OS upgrades, I also take full advantage of universal control and sidecar, making my work process seamless. You can check out my first impressions video on the MacBook Pro below and the portable desk setup video that I recently released to see how I tie the laptop and the iPad together. I'll put links again in the description below. Whenever the trackpad is not enough, I always carry an additional mouse. This time I tend to bring the MX Anywhere 3 mouse by Logitech. I used to move around with a Magic Mouse, but as it turns out, the Magic Mouse, and you probably know this, can be used for gaming because of the secondary button. I love the new design of the MX Anywhere 3 and the fact that it's very compact. Also, this is a multi-device mouse, which means that I can connect it to my iPads as well. Like the MX Master series, this little mouse features the Max Scroll wheel, which can scroll 1,000 lines in a second. Extremely useful. The mouse also tracks on pretty much any surface, and it is very durable. The battery lasts about 70 days on a single charge, and when necessary, I can top it up via USB-C. In the front accessories pocket, I always carry a little gaming controller by 8-bit dog called SN30 Pro. I purchased it purely because of the retro vibes, but it was more valuable than expected. It's a Bluetooth controller that works with pretty much all devices out there: my laptop, iPhone, iPad, Nintendo Switch, all of them. First of all, it is my go-to controller when playing on the Mac, and second, it is the ideal teleprompter remote controller, like I'm doing right now. It should last about 18 hours of playtime on paper, which I can't really confirm, but it does last really long. Also, just like the mouse, it charges via USB-C, and I love it because it's compact, durable, and inexpensive. By the way, I'll make sure to put links to all the items in the description below. My absolute best investment over the last few months is the iPad mini 6. I have zero regrets about purchasing this little tablet because it has literally changed me forever. I had never been more inclined to draw until I bought this tablet. The A15 Bionic chip is powerful enough for all my needs and the entire Apple Store roster. It is very satisfying to know that something so small can run desktop-class apps like Affinity Photo. The magic recipe with the iPad mini 6 is the support of the Apple Pencil, of course. At first, I thought the 8.3-inch display won't be enough to actually use it for drawing, but I've never been so wrong. All my latest wallpapers were hand-drawn on this little guy. The front-facing center stage camera is also something to enjoy when catching up with my friends or, jumping on a work call. I have the tablet wrapped inside the iPad Smart Folio in white, which adds zero bulk to the entire package and protects the tablet from both sides. It stays relatively clean, but it might get a little bit dirty, but it's easy to clean with a cloth. As with everything else, it attaches magnetically. Sometimes I even use a pencil to prop the iPad even more upright when watching something. Just FYI also, a new addition to my EDC is the Ugreen GAN X100 charger. This charger looks much sleeker with the retractable US prongs, but we Europeans tend to carry uglier chargers in the name of 220 volts. Anyway, this is a 100-watt charger that is more compact than these standard chargers thanks to gallium nitride technology. This Ugreen model has 4 ports, 3 USB-C and 1 Type-A. I can quickly charge my 16-inch laptop, iPhone, iPad and all the tech I carry in the backpack with just this thing. The charger is smart because it detects when something is connected and distributes optimal power. It is compact, stylish looking and pretty much everything I need. By the way, if you end up enjoying this video, subscribe because why not? While on the topic of charging and power, I also carry the Apple MagSafe battery. I love this battery because it is the ultimate iPhone mini companion. I don't use it daily, but if I happen to have more, intensive day, I might end up slapping it on the back of the iPhone. Great for urgent needs. Plus, it is the ideal table Qi charger when on the go. I also carry a second external battery by Unique. It's called Hovio, and it's not just another MagSafe charger. It is also a power bank that provides 20 watts USB-C PD and holds 5000 mAh. I can use it to prop my iPhone even, but that's not as important. The fact is that it's compact and it's lightweight, and it gives me a peace of mind when carrying it with me because I might use it if I have forgotten to charge the MagSafe battery, or most often when wanting to help a friend or a significant other in needs when traveling. The AirPods Pro also live in the quick access top pocket of the backpack, but they're more of a backup earbuds than a primary sound source for me. I prefer the AirPods 3, which I explain why in my AirPods guide, but just in case, I keep the AirPods Pro as well. They're cocooned inside an aramid fiber case by Pitaka, which comes in with magnets, and it is very helpful if you don't have the MagSafe version of the AirPods. Okay, next up, I finally upgraded my little non-branded knife to this PowerFrame Mini Gerber knife. Made in Portland, Oregon, this Gerber knife weighs nothing. Despite being carried exclusively by hunters, soldiers, and tradesmen, I think it is safe to say that it is also carried by tech tubers and unboxing junkies like me. When I get exhausted by opening boxes, I tend to stay hydrated, and I do that by sipping fantastic tasting water off of the first self-cleaning water bottle and purification system that eliminates up to 99% of biocontaminants such as E. coli. And I'm talking about the Lark water bottle. The PureVis tech inside the Lark bottle self-cleans every 2 hours to eliminate harmful bacteria. Aside from doing it automatically, it can be triggered by a touch of a button once it's filled up or at any time. For example, when I come back to the studio the next day and it's half full, I just tap it and it's ready for consumption. The bottle doesn't require constant cleaning too, and it keeps the water fresh and tasting great. It can last for a month on a single charge, and filling up the battery takes only 1 hour. My size choice is the 740 milliliters, but you can go smaller and more colorful if you'd like. Stay hydrated and be sustainable by visiting the first link in the description below and grabbing the Lark bottle. Let's talk nitty-gritty. The Orbit key organizer has been living in my backpack and in my pockets for a very long time. And for a good reason. It is one of the best ways to carry my keys. It also comes in very handy when I need to unscrew something around my camera gear, thanks to the little multi-tool that lives in it. Staying on Orbit key brand for a moment, I also carry 2 AirTag holders. The first one is attached to the key organizer as a means to track my keys if I were to leave my backpack behind. The second is hidden inside Air Backpack's carabiner. I also carry an A6 pocket notebook by, again, Orbit key. This blank list and dot grid page notebook is primarily used for writing down my shot lists thanks to the Pitaka carbon fiber pen. I couldn't find more info on the pen because, as it turns out, it was a limited edition, for which I can say thank you, Pitaka. One of the oldest items in my backpack is the Apple SD card reader. This Lightning SD card reader still reminds me of the old port of the iPhones of today, and that's the only reason I keep it with me at all times. If I were to import photos into my iPhone, I would resort to it because I have no other quicker choice. I carry a MagSafe wallet attached to my iPhone at all times. However, I still have a secondary wallet in the backpack, just in case. The indestructible rigid wallet takes little to no space in the backpack, and it holds some backup cards and motorcycle papers that generally don't need to live in my pockets. Sony's little point-and-shoot ZV-1 camera always chills in the backpack as well, since it is my go-to backup camera. It is fantastic to shoot short bursts of 4K footage, mainly thanks to the built-in ND filters and excellent stabilization. Unfortunately, I can't do more with it because it tends to overheat, and the battery life is... What was I saying? Oh yeah, if you enjoyed this video, check out my everyday carry playlist here. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and if you got this far, why not subscribe? It's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.